Mavenir is launching a unique managed service experience for mobile operators who are looking to start their journey on the public cloud. This service brings together Mavenir's expertise of deploying carrier-grade, highly distributed and scalable core networks with AWS's telco infrastructure experience. The Network as a Hosted Service, or NaaS, addresses a variety of use cases with strong benefits for every communication service provider, or CSP segment. From CSPs looking to launch a new brand, to MVNOs who want to build services on their own, to small CSPs looking to replace existing gear, or those who are looking for ways to avoid costly software license fees, to incumbents for new features and capabilities, the NaaS is an attractive alternative with a pre-integrated and scalable telco-grade solution on AWS. At a high level, NaaS allows operators to pick and choose services offered by Mavenir, which are pre-validated and integrated end-to-end on AWS. Operators can integrate their on-prem workloads as well as RAN with these services on AWS. Network as a Hosted Service consists of product catalog, service order orchestration, service workloads, and built-in assurance for closed-loop automation. Let's have a close look at what happens in different parts of Network and experience the NaaS rollout. Today's demo will show the onboarding to order placement and LCM of NaaS through Mavenir's components, as well as resource monitoring through the AWS console. The demo will show customer onboarding, order execution, traffic monitoring, and analytics trends. Note, except for the MDE portal, all other Mavenir components are used for network operations and typically not accessible to the NaaS customer. These components are included in the demo today to show the end-to-end solution capability of NaaS. We start by looking at some of the network service definitions, NSDs, that are pre-built and available for deployment in Mavenir's orchestrator. These NSD templates are the basis for service creation. Here we see some of the network services that are available to us. These include IMS core and access functions, telephony application server, as well as 5G combo packet core function. When deployed, these services together will be able to allow us to demonstrate the NaaS service. Before we start, let's make sure we don't have any of these services running in our EKS cluster. A quick look at the AWS console view shows none of the services that we want to roll out are running. Good. Just to reassure ourselves, let's verify it through the command line on the Kubernetes cluster for any running IMS or 5GC service. No running services. We are good. Now, let's go to the service portal to order and deploy the service. We select Network as a Hosted Service on the portal. Now we see the products available to us for purchase. Let's select a combo service 5G Core plus IMS. Let's confirm and add the product to the cart. Before we go forward, we need to create an account. Let's do that. For that, we need a valid phone number. Please note that for demo purposes, not all steps of the account creation and verification are shown. Enter the OTP we received for verification, and we are all set. We need to give a name to the business. In this case, we will use Mavenir. Now let's deploy the product we purchased. It's going to be a single click. Here we go. Now we see our deployment is in progress. The status will change to complete when the order is fulfilled. Please note that for demo purposes, not all steps of the service deployment process, such as service feasibility checks, cluster creation, and available inventory, are shown. Let's check the progress on the orchestration dashboard. Orders accepted, and the services are coming up. Let's verify the service status from the command line. We see various IMS network function pods are coming up. We can also see 5G network function pods are also coming up on this window. We can also check a few places to make sure our network is up and running and before we declare it ready for use. First, we will log in and verify the status on Mavenir's CMS, which is an element management system and keeps status of all network functions. We can now see the voice application server and various other IMS core and access pods are up and running, ready for service. Let's see the status of 5G core functions. We can see that all functions are instantiated, configured, and active state. It all seems good here. We have one more view available on CMS for us. Let's check. We can see a summary view of various network functions and corresponding pods. Now, let's go and see if AWS Console also shows the change in resource usage. We can see the console is reporting more workloads running now. Let's also search for a couple of network functions and see if they show up. We search for AMF and TaaS. All looks good so far. The next step is to check Mavenir's Orchestrator dashboard to verify status on network services, and we can see all network services and their component network functions are green. One more check passed. The final step is to go back to the portal and check order status as visible to our customer. We see order status is changed to completed. We also notice that there is an option available to us to terminate the service via the Undeploy button. Like a single-click deployment, it's a single-click termination and cleanup of resources. It's time for us to verify the service through some traffic. This is Mavenir's Analytics function, where we can monitor various service-related counters and KPIs. Before we run traffic, we make sure that there is nothing available on the dashboard for registrations and calls. Let's register some users on the IMS network. Please note that in the absence of radio network and real handsets, we are using simulators to generate the traffic. We will also run some calls through our traffic generator. You can see the messages indicate that sessions are successful. We will verify this in a bit on Mavenir's Analytics. In parallel, we also ran some traffic on our 5G core through the Spirent tool, and we can verify the detailed statistics on message exchanges here. All good. Let's check our analytics dashboard. We see a spike here. This indicates there was some activity in the network as expected. Mavenir Analytics provides a convenient view of all statistics and allows us to build KPIs that operators can use to verify service level objectives. We are in the last leg of the demo. Now let's terminate the service through the portal. Let's go to the command line window and check the status of the Kubernetes pods. We can see the IMS and 5GC network service pods are terminating one by one. Let's verify through the AWS console that resources are taken back as service is terminated. We search for AMF and TaaS here and make sure they don't show up. We are good. This completes the demo of the Network as a Hosted Service use case. Thank you for your attention, and please reach out to us if you have any further questions.